The next thing that we'll do is show you the difference in performance planning system from a CAD system when you're working with buildings and architecture. So this is an import directly from a CAD system, cleaned up a little bit in PPS, and yet it still contains 2,000 drawing entities just for 4 units. But it's also a little bit difficult to read. You don't know really off a glance what the room types are, and it's kind of busy. This is the end unit cleaned up. We've also corrected a few things. For example, the original plan had a 6-foot wide garage door. So again, you really need to check the geometry to make sure that the base that you are working from is a correct base. The other thing that we did was modify the units to be rear loaded, less wall space, more space management, and PPS is the only system on the market that actually teaches you how to recognize waste. And waste can be in the site plan or it could be in the floor plan. And again, you're looking at livability and bottom line factors. No other system does that for you. So as you can see, we also added the intelligence of shapes onto the site. So I could go into report by snap and then get the area of the living room, get the area of the bedroom, patio. So all of this intelligence carries onto the floor planning also, and as well as window locations and views. So it's really giving you a much clearer picture. Now the next thing I'm going to do is go into groups and read a group. I've got 2 middle units I've already cleaned up, and I'm going to bring this into the site. Now to add some interest and some character, what we could do is determine if we want to offset some of this so that it creates a little bit better facade and picture. So I could just bring a group in, and let's say I determine I want to go about 4 foot along my common wall line. So what I'm going to do is go into drafting. I'm going to set a point along this line. The red is the first, I want to go from the red to, let's say, 6 feet, and it sets a point. So I'll go back into groups and go move points of this group from this point to this point, and then it moves it. So now I can get some window wrap in this area. After further cleanup, what we end up with is a fraction of the data of the original CAD drawing, but much more intelligence. We have a better building to work with, and what these little lines here are phantom lines that allow us to put the minimum setbacks. So when we build this building, we have the minimums, and we could just join the minimums and design easily and still comply with the ordinances. So I can read, as an example, my townhome into the drawing and then set them so that I'm concentrating not on lot lines, not on minimum dimensions, but actual raw design. I could zoom up and see where the windows are, what room functions are, and imagine what it's like living in this neighborhood instead of lot lines and minimum setbacks. So what happens is you can take, set your drawing and try and work up a design and then move things to exact points. So for example, those are my 2 setbacks. I move those, they're joined, I have got my minimums, and I start working on design. Once you have these set where you want them, what you could do is then take and move things easily until you see exactly where you want things, and then all you need to do is blend it and then select the group or select all groups, and it becomes part of the geometry. And you'll be able to see that because it then assumes the shapes in the site. Now you'll notice this gets hidden because the office shape was done last. So what we could do is go into Fill Setup, go into All, go into Office, move the office up the list to so that you can start seeing what's behind it, and then what you've got is that goes to the foreground. So that gives you an idea how you can use the shapes, how you can manipulate the naming of it, how you bring in groups and you start thinking about the quality of the design, the quality of life, instead of just spraying streets on the site and then connecting lots at minimums. It's an entirely different way to look at land design, which is again the foundation of the city's sustainability and the developer's bottom line.